Hi everyone, welcome to Erimac Explore Training. Today we're going to talk about time management and we will know about what is the right way of managing your time. This is the biggest concern in nowadays. People do not know how to manage their time. They find it very difficult. So we're going to look at what is the old way and what is the new way, how we can improve our time management skills. Before we proceed, let me tell you about uh, what is Erimac Explore. Erimac Explore is a training program which is designed by Erimac specially for people who want to grow up in their life. It's not limited to the people who are working or studying, whoever it. So, what is a time management? Time management until now, we were given information that divide all your work into three simple steps. What is it? Priority one, priority two, and priority three. And priority one is one which is very important, very critical. We should finish it as soon as possible. Then comes the priority two, and the last one is the least is the priority three. And this is what is being usually we come across when we go and approach people that okay, I have a time management issue, can you tell me how to fix that? And this is what they usually guide you through. Finish all your important works first and then the less priority and then the least priority works. But we believe that there is much more beyond that. And uh, or there is another way of coming up with the time management is people say that they divide it into four groups. The first is urgent and important, and the second group is not urgent but important. The next is urgent but not important. The last group is not urgent and also not important. They divide it into these four groups. And as you can see here, the urgent important usually contains of the prior, the P1 works. I call it as priority one works, some calls or sending some emails, addressing somebody else issues or problems, attending some meetings. And the fourth group is the least one, which is not urgent or not important, which is social media, watching TV or watching some nonsense movies or watching a movie again and again or shopping. And people say this is how we should lead our life. We should give importance to urgent and important work, or the not urgent but important, the first two groups, and then comes the third group, and the least priority should be given to the last group. And what we usually find when you follow this kind of a methodology is the result is stress. You go through a stress, you do not know how to handle things, what how will happen. The reason is we will go through stress is because things when you don't do on time will end up urgent. Let's say uh, you have a interview which is a quite important work, right? So that's an urgent work. But if tomorrow is your interview and you do not have proper dress to wear, which you don't feel confident about, then shopping comes. But in this list, shopping is the least priority thing, right? But if you do not give if you start following in this method and you give shopping the least priority, what will end up is shopping will become the urgent and important part, and the interview will move as not urgent but important, or maybe important, right? So I don't say people should go for shopping before they go for the interview, but what I'm trying to say here is you should understand that everything is important. That is the point we are trying to come here. So, what is it new time management? The In fact, what I'll say in one word is if you know the time management, you know what is life management, because our life is completely dependent on time. No matter where you stay, in what situation you are, whether you are a high earning job or a student or a housewife or a retired employee, whoever it is, if you know the time management, you know the life management. And let me quote a very good example. You see, the excellent time management is followed by the people who are in military. They follow this time management rigorously, and they believe that they should be there uh, 5 minutes before of anything. And also, I read in one of the book, it says that if you want to be a millionaire or a successful person, always remember to stay or to attend a meeting 5 minutes before. You should always be 5 minutes before, not on time, but you should be 5 minutes before time. This is one of the biggest quality you should have to be a successful person or a millionaire or a billionaire. Should always be 5 minutes before the time, but not on time. That is what it says about the time management. That's why I call it as the time management is the life management. Okay. Now, the new way of managing your time is everything is important and everything is urgent. That is what we call it. So whatever work you have, you can categorize them into two different things, that is urgent work and important work. You cannot say that something else is not urgent, something else is not important, this is the least priority. As in time comes, they will become important or urgent. These are the only two ways which we have in any of these things. And let me give you some small examples. Watching TV, people consider that it's not important, but I believe is watching TV is also important. You should be aware of what is happening around the world. You should be knowing what is happening. You must be aware of your surroundings. The kind of world we are staying in, it's a very dynamic world. We should know how to handle your time, how to handle your each and everything. You should know what is happening around. You should be prepared for it. For that case, watching TV is also important. When I say TV, it doesn't just mean movies or serials or anything. Even news comes into it, like watching Discovery Channel comes into it. A lot of things comes into it. And nonsense movies, I don't say nonsense movies is important, I say movies is important. The reason is, you will not come to know a movie is a nonsense or it makes sense is unless you watch it in practical. So you should have time for movies as well. We 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 lead a very busy life. The life is not the way it used to be before. Now it is very busy. You should have time for movies. You should spend time for yourself. You should watch movies. You should learn things. Nowadays movies give you much more better understanding. They give you information about what is happening around the world, what we don't see usually outside. So movies also gives you that information. Okay. And watching a movie again and again, I don't say that is also a wrong part, because when you like something, you like to see it again and again. I'm sure parents will still look at their children's first birthday video. Sometimes they watch their own personal marriage video, unless it's not a disaster as they believe. Okay. So jokes apart, but yes, watching movies or watching videos, yes, that those are important. Shopping is also important, planning is important, problem prevention is important, exercise is important. And some, if you don't give importance, these importance will turn out to be urgent for you. Okay. It's like a two cushions. Okay. If you don't finish your work when it is important, that important work will turn out to be an urgent work, right? I'll repeat once more. If you don't finish your work at the stage of important, that will turn out to be urgent. And when it is urgent, you have to finish it then and there. What is the use if you don't eat healthy food when it is important to eat? Later it will become an urgent. What is the use if you don't do exercise when it is important? Later when it becomes an urgent thing. So we believe is everything is urgent and everything is urgent, important. And see that you finish your work when it is important, so that you don't have to try to finish it when it is urgent. Okay. Then next comes, as you we have many colors in our life. We get to see many colors in our life. So as Colors are important. Similarly, everything is significant in our life. That is the one which I want to talk about in this slide. Next comes how do we handle this? So in our daily life, we have two kind of a works which we usually work around. We which we cannot avoid. The two kind of a works are, one is uncontrollable work and the other is controllable work. When I say uncontrollable, like sleep time is mandate in our lives. We cannot avoid it. Traveling time is mandate. Like for people who are going to office or colleges, or these kind of a things. Traveling time is a mandate time. Cooking time is a mandate. If you don't want to cook, you can eat outside, but again, it's kind of a uncontrollable work. You might have kind of a lifestyle you have. Then you should have your personal time, which is taking bath, grooming yourself or anything. These kind of a small tiny things will also come in your personal time. Okay, eating time is uncontrollable. You should have time to eat. These are something which you should have. Then you might have some unexpected uncontrollable work time, which is having your problems with your computer. These are uncontrollable times. Okay, you cannot avoid them anytime, you cannot ignore them anytime, you cannot avoid them anytime. Next comes the controllable time. Controllable time is your work time and your shopping time. We know we have lot of targets to achieve in our life. We have a busy life out there, and work time is important. At the same time, shopping time, sometimes you can take leave from work. You can postpone your shopping time. Your study time is also important. No matter what stage of life you're in, even if you're an old person, study time is kind of mandate. You cannot avoid reading or studying. TV time is also mandate. Yes, these are controllable. When I say controllable, what I mean to say is you can tweak them, you can postpone them, you can reduce the time, you can increase the time. Sometimes when there's a lot of need, then you have to spend a lot of time in these particular aspects. If you have less time, then you have to reduce them. So this is what we call it as controllable time and uncontrollable time. Now, your day is a combination of controllable time, controllable work time plus uncontrollable work time. This is our day is actually split into. Okay, and the next important thing is how many minutes you want to schedule it for controllable work time and let's say you have to do a shopping today. Okay, and today is you have to do a shopping today, and today is let's say Sunday, and you want to postpone it to the next Sunday. But before you postpone, see that you can fulfill your time, you can fulfill by that time. Remember that, and only then postpone this particular work on to Sunday. But if you cannot do it, or if you get a chance to do it before that, then do finish it. Okay, and then next comes the controllable work. So in controllable work is written only when you can finish it or you can strike it. Okay, make a note of your controllable work, which is how many hours of work time you have, how many hours of travel time you have, how many hours of study time you need to have. All these things repeatable and non-tough. You should be ready for it. I should At the same time you should also enjoy it. So first calculate how much is your uncontrollable time. Then based on it you will understand how much you can allocate for your controllable work time, and then understand how much is repeatable and how much is non-repeatable. And based on it you will understand whether you are setting up a realistic expectation. Say no to your visitors, but yes, certainly be aware of them. When they come, don't say just go out. Important or urgent. Okay, and everything is important and everything is urgent. Also remember that. And keep doing it. See that as soon as you wake up, okay, is this thing which I'm gonna do it today or I'm gonna do it later? If you're gonna do it today, go and finish it. Allocate a time for it. If that job takes 1 hour of time, see that you finish it in 1 hour of time, and don't spend much time on research. If you want to have a separate time for researching, keep it, allocate it, start researching on that. But if you start, if you let's say, give you an example, if you want to buy something, you want to research, first research. There are a lot of many times I don't meet my own expectations. So it is very easy for me to say, but when it comes to practical, it is very tough. I do understand that. So it is your life. You know how to handle it. End of the day, what how you spend your time is what you gain from it, right? And remember that always fall down and again rise up to do it again. Do it again. It will take some time to form a new habit, but once you start doing it again and again, again and again, your repetitive work will turn to be your habit. Only then, don't forget to be persistent in your work. Keep doing it. You might fall down, get up and again do. You might fail today, again start from the beginning. You might fail tomorrow, start from the beginning. And don't be afraid to start again. Just start again. It will take some time, but once you're done with it, once you are into that habit, you will be good to go. Okay, thank you so much for joining Erimac Explore. This trainings will happen from now on every Saturday at 6 p.m. on the same YouTube live. And uh, if you have any good comments or you want to share your feedback, good or bad, we are open with anything. We believe that always there's a scope of improvement. So do please leave your comments, feedback, and visit us on Erimac Live. Erimac Live is a new site. It's available right now on Play Store, which is Google Play Store, and also soon it's gonna be available on App Store. Do visit our website erimaclive.com, and please let your friends and family, everyone know about us. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.